This was the day after Donald Trump took office. Exactly 3 years on, he now faces a trial in the US Senate, which could make that a reality. It's an historic moment, and it started in July last year with what should have been a routine phone call. From his desk in the Oval Office, Donald Trump called the president of Ukraine. A whistleblower was worried about what they heard about the phone call and filed a complaint, and that alerted Congress. The allegation: President Trump was holding back hundreds of millions of dollars in military aid meant for Ukraine, and it would be sent if the Ukrainian president announced an investigation into Trump's political rival, former Vice President Joe Biden, and his son Hunter, who worked in Ukraine. Donald Trump didn't understand the fuss.
I made a call. The call was perfect.
He released the transcript, but it seemed to cause more trouble. The key section: as the Ukrainian president promises to buy more US missiles, Trump responds, "I would like you to do us a favour though." He asks for investigations into a debunked conspiracy theory about the election, and later brings up the Bidens. Asking for help from foreign governments that could impact US elections is against the law.
The president must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
The Democrats who controlled the House of Representatives announced an impeachment inquiry would begin. The White House refused to cooperate. Several career diplomats came forward anyway. They testified under oath. What the whistleblower said was true. Colonel Alexander VINDMAN was on the call. He later reported it to White House lawyers.
It is improper for the President of the United States to demand a foreign government investigate a U.S. citizen and a political opponent.
The former US ambassador testified that she was removed from her position after the president's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, pushed to get her removed.
Ukrainians who preferred to play by the old corrupt rules sought to remove me. What continues to amaze me is that they found Americans willing to partner with them, and working together, they apparently succeeded in orchestrating the removal of a US ambassador.
Others said a small group of people close to the president were running a kind of shadow back-channel US policy in Ukraine.
It became clear to me that Giuliani's efforts to gin up politically motivated investigations were now infecting US engagement with Ukraine, leveraging President Zelensky's desire for a White House meeting.
Then came testimony from Ambassador Gordon Sondland. He told Congress the new Ukrainian president wanted a White House meeting, and he knew what he had to do to get it: investigate the Bidens.
Was there a quid pro quo? As I testified previously, with regard to the requested White House call and the White House meeting, the answer is yes.
Sondland was a $1 million donor to the president's inauguration. He was rewarded with the job of ambassador to the European Union. He was a key player with Ukraine and insisted senior figures knew what was going on.
Everyone was in the loop. The suggestion that we were engaged in some irregular or rogue diplomacy is absolutely false.
The Democrats have delivered 2 articles of impeachment, one for abuse of power, the second for obstruction of Congress.
2 key facts have not changed that are critical to these impeachment proceedings. 1, Ukraine in fact received the aid, and 2, there was no investigation into the Bidens.
Throughout it all, President Trump insists he did nothing wrong.
We're achieving what no administration has ever achieved before. And what do I get out of it? Tell me. I get impeached. That's what I get out of it. By these radical left lunatics, I get impeached.
Do you solemnly swear?
Now the Senate has been sworn in to act as a 100-strong jury in the trial of President Trump. This is only the 3rd presidential impeachment trial in American history. When the trial gets underway, there may be witnesses, there may be new evidence, there will be votes on that. There will be long days, and at the end, it will take 2/3 of the Senate to vote to convict a president and remove him from office. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, Washington.